There is a unique kind of quiet that settles in at the end of a long day of being needed. It is a silence that arrives only after the last request has been met, the last problem has been solved, the last comfort has been given. It is the quiet of a house settling around you, but also the quiet of a soul settling within you, asking itself if it was truly seen today, or if only its function was recognized. How is it that we can feel most alone when we are most essential to others? Tonight, we are not here to find a grand solution or to change anything about the world outside this room. Instead, we will simply create a space, the warmest, safest space, for the person underneath all those necessary roles to finally be felt, to finally be honored, and to finally, deeply rest. So let us begin, not by adding anything at all, but by gently taking things away. Let us begin by setting down the weight of being so very needed. The first thing to notice is your body lying here, without any need to change it or adjust it. Just feel its presence. Feel the simple, solid fact of your own physical form. Notice the points of contact between your body and the surface beneath you. Your head, your shoulders, the length of your back, your legs, your heels. Feel how the mattress, the bed, the couch, whatever is holding you, is doing its job perfectly. It is supporting you completely, asking for nothing in return. It does not need you to solve its problems. It does not need you to be strong for it. It is simply here, holding you. Allow a little more of your weight to be given over to this support. Imagine your bones becoming heavy, dense, and relaxed, sinking just a little deeper into that unconditional welcome. Let your awareness drift to your breath, that quiet, steady rhythm that has been with you all day, a faithful companion beneath the noise of tasks and conversations. You do not need to control it or deepen it. Just observe it, the gentle rise of your chest or belly on the in-breath and the soft, easy fall on the out-breath. Each breath is a perfect, self-contained cycle. It arrives, it nourishes, and it departs, making space for the next. This breath is yours and yours alone. It is the rhythm of your own life, separate from anyone else's needs or demands. With every exhale, perhaps you can imagine releasing a small piece of the day, exhaling the lingering tension from a difficult conversation, exhaling the mental checklist that is still trying to run in the back of your mind, exhaling the role of the provider, the planner, the fixer, the steady rock. Let them all drift away with the breath, like dust motes carried on a gentle breeze. They will be there tomorrow if you need them. But for tonight, for this time that is purely for you, you have permission to set them down just outside the door of this room. Now, let's bring a soft, gentle awareness to the very parts of you that have worked the hardest today. Think of your hands, these hands that have typed, or held, or fixed, or cleaned, or comforted. They have been instruments of your function all day long. Right now, they are being asked to do nothing. Feel the air on your skin. Notice if they are warm or cool. Allow your fingers to soften, to perhaps curl naturally. Let a wave of gratitude flow into your hands, thanking them for all they do, and then giving them this profound gift of stillness. Let them simply be. Move your attention to your shoulders. Notice if they are holding any tension, perhaps still braced for the next task, the next need. This is a common place to store the weight of responsibility. Consciously, gently, give them permission to drop away from your ears. Imagine them softening, melting down and away, widening across your back. Feel the space that opens up around your neck and across your collarbones. This is the feeling of setting down a heavy bag you didn't even realize you were still carrying. You are no longer on call. You are no longer the first responder for anyone else's crisis. Here, in this bed, in this quiet, you are simply here for you. And now, your jaw, a place where so much unspoken stress is held. The unsaid words, the need to remain calm and steady for others, the biting back of frustration. Gently allow your teeth to part, ever so slightly. Let your tongue rest softly in your mouth. Feel the small muscles around your jaw begin to let go, to smooth out. As they release, you are releasing the need to have the right answer, the need to maintain a certain expression for the world. You are allowing your face to simply be at rest, an honest reflection of this moment of peace. The day of doing is over. The endless output of energy, care, and attention has ceased for now. All of that incredible strength you have, all of that capacity to give, is now being gently turned inward. The intention for this journey into sleep is simple: to honor the person you are, not the functions you perform. To create a sanctuary inside yourself where your only job is to be. To receive rest, to receive stillness, to be held without having to hold anyone else. It can feel strange at first, this radical act of receiving. Your body might even be confused, so used to the posture of giving. That is perfectly okay. We are simply planting a seed of an idea, a gentle suggestion to your entire being. It is safe to soften. It is safe to receive. It is safe to be the one who is cared for, even if the one caring for you right now is the deepest, wisest part of yourself. Let the darkness of the room be a comforting blanket. Let the quiet be a form of nourishment. Every sound you hear, near or far, can be a reminder that the world is carrying on without your help for these next few hours. The hum of the house, the distant sound of a car, the rustle of your own blankets. These are the sounds of your world at rest, inviting you to join it. Feel the air as it touches your skin. Notice the weight of the blanket over you. These are simple, physical sensations that ground you in this present moment, a moment that belongs only to you. You are not a title. You are not a role. You are not a list of tasks. You are a human being, worthy of rest, worthy of peace, worthy of being seen for the whole of who you are. And tonight, here in this warm, safe space we are creating together, you are seen. You are felt. You are honored. There's nothing more to do now. Nothing to solve. Nowhere to be. Simply allow yourself to be here, breathing in and breathing out. The weight is lifting. The armor is softening. You are beginning the gentle journey home to yourself. As you continue to settle into this quiet space, let your attention drift to the many selves you were today. We wear different sets of armor for the different parts of our lives, and often we do it so automatically we forget we've even put them on. This is not a judgment. This armor is a testament to your strength, your love, your incredible capacity to care for the world around you. But it is also heavy, and tonight we are simply going to acknowledge its weight, to understand its shape, so that we can finally, lovingly, set it aside. Let's just softly name these roles, these pieces of armor you wear so faithfully. There is the provider. This is the part of you that thinks ahead, that plans, that ensures everyone has what they need. It calculates and organizes, creating a sense of safety and security for others. It carries the mental load of logistics, of futures, of responsibilities. It is a noble and necessary role, and it requires constant forward-looking energy. Then there is the problem solver. This is the part of you that listens not just with the ears, but with the entire mind, searching for the kink in the system, the source of the distress, the path to a solution. When someone comes to you with a worry, this part of you immediately boots up, ready to analyze, advise, and fix. It is a powerful and incredibly useful function, but it is always switched on, always scanning the horizon for the next issue to resolve. And of course, there is the steady rock. This is the part of you that can absorb the emotional waves of others without crumbling. It listens to frustration, to sadness, to anxiety, and it provides a calm, unwavering presence. It holds space for chaos so that others can feel stable. It is a profound gift to give someone, but it means that your own emotional core must remain braced, contained, and sometimes unexpressed. Alongside it is the constant support, the ever-reliable presence. This is the part of you that is always on call, the one people know they can turn to. It requires a deep and patient energy, a readiness to put your own needs aside at a moment's notice to attend to someone else's. Each of these roles is born from a place of immense love and capability, but together they form a suit of armor that can become incredibly heavy by the end of the day. Now, let's feel where this armor actually lives in your body. It is not just an idea, it has a physical reality. Bring your awareness back to your shoulders. Feel that subtle, persistent tension there. That is the physical posture of the steady rock. It is the feeling of being braced to carry a weight, ready to take on one more thing. It's the readiness in the muscles that says, I can handle this. As you breathe into this sensation, just acknowledge it. Thank these muscles for their incredible endurance. And on your next exhale, imagine them softening just 1% more. We are not forcing them to release, just inviting them to. Now, notice your jaw and the muscles around your mouth. Do you feel a tightness there? A clenching you weren't aware of a moment ago? That is the armor of the problem solver and the peacemaker. It is the physical habit of holding back a sharp word, of carefully choosing diplomatic phrases, or of simply holding a neutral expression while you internally process a complex situation. Let your lips part just slightly. Let your tongue float, free from the roof of your mouth. Give these tiny, hard-working muscles permission to go off duty. Their shift is over for tonight. Let your attention travel down into your chest and your stomach. Sometimes we hold a subtle knot of tension in our solar plexus. This is the headquarters of the provider, the planner. It's a low-level hum of vigilance, a constant state of readiness for the next what if. What if they need this? What if this goes wrong? It's a quiet alertness that rarely gets a chance to stand down. As you breathe, imagine your breath flowing directly into that space. Imagine it as a warm, golden light, softening the edges of that knot, reassuring it that for these next few hours, all is well. There are no needs to anticipate. There are no futures to plan. There is only this breath, this moment, this bed. This state of constant readiness consumes an incredible amount of energy. Think about it this way. It is like a computer that is never fully shut down. Even when the screen is dark, there are dozens of processes running in the background, draining the battery, keeping the system warm, and ready to boot up in an instant. Your nervous system has been running these background apps all day long. the app of listening for a specific tone of voice, the app of scanning faces for signs of trouble, the app of rehearsing a difficult conversation, the app of remembering everyone else's schedule. It is a quiet, invisible form of labor, and it is utterly exhausting. It is no wonder that by the time your head hits the pillow, you feel depleted. It is not a failing on your part. It is the logical outcome of spending so much of your life force maintaining this state of readiness for others. Witnessing this is not an act of complaint. It is an act of profound self-respect. It is looking at the sheer scale of the energy you expend and saying, wow, look at what I am capable of holding. Look at how much I give. And in that same breath, you can also say, and now I deserve to completely and utterly recharge. This acknowledgement is the key that unlocks the armor. You cannot set down a weight you do not realize you are carrying. So for these next few moments, just lie here and feel the truth of it. Feel the echo of that readiness still humming in your muscles. Acknowledge the sheer energetic cost of being you today. There is no need to push the feeling away or rush to fix it. We are simply being honest, gentle witnesses. We are seeing the armor clearly, not as an enemy, but as a tool that has served its purpose for the day. And with this clear seeing, with this deep understanding, we create the space to finally, truly let it go. We are preparing the ground for a deeper kind of rest, a rest that reaches beyond the muscles and into the very core of your being, reassuring the vigilant part of you that it is safe to stand down. Your watch is over. Rest is here now. As the layers of armor begin to soften, as the weight of your many roles starts to release, something else may gently surface in the quiet space that is left behind. It is a feeling so subtle, so paradoxical, it can be hard to name. It is the deep, quiet loneliness of being invisible while standing in plain sight. It is the ache of being surrounded by people who rely on you, who need you, perhaps even love you, but who don't seem to truly see the person inside the function. Let's be very gentle here. This is not a space for blame or accusation. It is a space for tender, honest acknowledgement of a very real and very human pain. This feeling doesn't arrive with a thunderclap. It creeps in during the quiet moments. It's the feeling that settles after a long conversation where you've listened intently to someone else's struggles, offered your best advice, and as the conversation ends, you realize not a single question was turned back toward you. Not a, how are you holding up with all of this? Or even a simple, and what about your day? It is the subtle, recurring experience of being a service, a utility, rather than a conversation partner. You are the sounding board, the fixer, the support system. And in the flawless performance of these roles, the self, the person doing the supporting, can become transparent. There is a quiet grief that can accompany this feeling. It is not the sharp, overwhelming grief of a sudden loss, but a slow, cumulative sorrow. It is the grief of the unspoken thought, the unasked question, the unseen effort. It is the grief of feeling fundamentally unknown in your most intimate relationships. You may know the intricate details of your partner's work stress, your child's friendship dynamics, your friend's anxieties. You hold these details with care and precision, but you may have a quiet, sinking feeling that the same level of curiosity is not directed back at you, that the landscape of your inner world, your own quiet worries, your secret hopes, your small, personal triumphs, remains largely unexplored territory to the people who matter most. This is the loneliness that comes from being the map holder for everyone else's journey, while no one seems to ask for the map to yours. Think about the conversations you've had today or this week. Gently replay them in your mind, not with judgment, but with simple observation. Notice how many of them were centered on a problem to be solved, a plan to be made, or a need to be met. Your input was essential. Your perspective was required. Your action was necessary. And what happens when the problem is solved, the plan is made, the need is met? Often, the conversation simply ends. The connection dissolves once the function has been fulfilled. The pain in this is not that you aren't needed. It is that your value seems to be contingent on your usefulness in that moment. The conversation so rarely drifts into the territory of you. It so rarely lands on the simple, open-ended question, "How is your heart today?" This experience can be profoundly disorienting. You can be in a room full of people who love you, at a dinner table with your family, in bed next to your partner, and feel a sense of disconnection that is vast and silent. It's the feeling of being the primary caregiver to the emotional well-being of the room, while your own well-being is assumed to be self-sustaining. People see the strong exterior, the capable hands, the calm demeanor, and they mistake the armor for the person. They do not see the immense effort it takes to maintain that calm. They do not see the moments of doubt or fatigue that you process in silence so as not to burden anyone else. And because they do not see it, they do not know to ask about it. This isn't born of malice. Often, it is born of the very competence you project. You are so good at being the rock that people forget the rock itself might be weary. They have become conditioned to your strength, your reliability. They have built their own sense of security upon it. And so, the dynamic becomes a self-perpetuating cycle. The more capable you are, the less people think you need care. The less they offer care, the more you learn to rely on your own self-sufficiency. And the more self-sufficient you become, the more invisible your own needs become to the outside world. And so the quiet loneliness deepens, even amidst a life full of connection. Tonight, in this safe space, we are making the invisible visible. We are giving a name to this silent ache. You are not imagining it. You are not being overly sensitive. It is a real and valid emotional experience. It is the soul's quiet protest against being treated as a role instead of a being. It is the heart's gentle whisper saying, "I am here too. See me." Allowing yourself to feel this loneliness, to feel this quiet grief, is not an act of self-pity. It is an act of profound self-love. It is the ultimate validation. It is you turning to the deepest part of yourself and saying, "I see you. I see how hard you work. I see the person behind the actions. And I know you are tired of being the only one who sees." By simply allowing this feeling to be here, without needing to fix it or explain it away, you are breaking the cycle of invisibility, starting with yourself. You are becoming the one who finally asks the question. You are turning your own compassionate attention inward and creating a space where you are fully seen, fully known, and fully cherished, exactly as you are. Let the truth of this feeling be held here, in the warmth and darkness of this room. Let it be cradled by your own gentle awareness. You are not alone in this feeling. And for tonight, you are not alone with this feeling. It is being held here, with you, in this shared, quiet space of understanding. As we hold this tender awareness of being unseen, Let's bring our attention even deeper, from the feeling in the heart to the feeling in the body itself. Let's explore a fascinating and powerful truth. A body that is constantly in a state of giving can forget how to receive. It can become so conditioned to output, to doing, to fixing, that the simple act of being cared for can feel foreign, unfamiliar, and even uncomfortable. This is not a flaw. It is a learned response, a testament to just how dedicated your entire system has been to its roles. Consider for a moment what it feels like to truly receive something without any strings attached. Not as a reward for a job well done, not as a transaction, but as a pure gift. It could be the warmth of the sun on your skin, a sincere compliment, a helping hand you didn't have to ask for. What happens in your body in those moments? For many who are used to being the giver, the first response is often a subtle tension, a flicker of suspicion, a thought like, "What do they want?" Or, "Okay, but what do I need to do now?" There can be an immediate, unconscious calculation of reciprocity. If I accept this, I will owe them something in return. The body braces itself for the other shoe to drop, because in its experience, energy flow is almost always directional, outward, from you to others. Tonight, as you lie here, the only intention is to receive rest, to receive stillness. Let's notice, with gentle curiosity, if any resistance comes up. As you allow the mattress to fully support you, is there a part of you that is still holding on, still keeping some muscles tense, unable to completely surrender your weight? This isn't a failure to relax. This is the body's deeply ingrained habit of holding it all together. To completely let go can feel vulnerable, as if you might fall, or as if you're abandoning your post. It's the muscle memory of the steady rock, who knows that if it crumbles, everything else might too. So we must be very patient with this body. We must reassure it, not with words, but with sensation. Feel the unwavering support beneath you. It has been holding you this entire time, and it will continue to hold you all night. It has no agenda. It asks for nothing. It is a perfect model of non-transactional care. Let's practice receiving this support. Take a gentle breath in, and on the exhale, imagine your body becoming just a little bit heavier, a little softer. Imagine you are releasing one tiny thread of tension you are holding in your back, or your neck, or your legs. We are teaching the body, cell by cell, that it is safe to be held. That letting go of control does not lead to disaster. It leads to restoration. When the focus is turned inward, toward your own needs, it can feel like shining a spotlight into a room that has been kept dark for a very long time. It can feel awkward. You might not know what to do in there. Your first instinct might be to immediately turn the spotlight back outward, onto someone else's needs, where you feel more competent and familiar. You might notice your mind starting to drift, making a to-do list for tomorrow, solving a problem for a family member, replaying a conversation to see how you could have helped more. See this not as a distraction, but as the mind's habit of seeking its comfort zone. Its comfort zone is usefulness. Its comfort zone is doing. When you catch your mind doing this, gently and without judgment, just label it. There's the helper, there's the fixer. And then kindly guide your attention back to the simple physical sensation of your own breathing, the rise and fall of your chest. This is the anchor to the present moment, to the state of being rather than doing. Your body has been so exquisitely conditioned to give that it needs your explicit, gentle, and repeated permission to soften and accept. It's like training a wild animal that has only ever known how to hunt for its own food. To be offered a meal freely can be confusing. It might approach with caution, ready to retreat at the slightest sign of danger. We must show this part of ourselves, again and again, that the offering is safe. Let's try a small experiment in receiving right now. Imagine a wave of warmth, like the softest, most gentle sunlight, beginning at the tips of your toes. This warmth is pure, unconditional care. It has no purpose other than to soothe and comfort you. Feel it slowly, slowly, pooling around your feet, dissolving any tension stored in the arches, the ankles. This warmth asks nothing of you. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to deserve it. It is simply here for you. Now, allow this warmth to begin its slow journey up into your calves and shins. Feel it loosening the muscles that have carried you through your day of doing. There might be a part of you that feels impatient, that wants to rush this process. That is the doer trying to take over. Just notice it, and then return to the slow, gentle, receptive state. Let the warmth move at its own pace. Allow it to seep into your knees and up into your thighs, releasing the deep strength of your legs, letting them become heavy and profoundly relaxed. This process is a repatterning. It is a gentle reprogramming of your nervous system. You are creating a new neural pathway, the pathway of receiving. You are teaching your body that there are moments when its only job is to be still and allow itself to be filled, to be nourished, to be restored. This can feel incredibly vulnerable because it requires trust. Trust that the world will not fall apart if you are not holding it up. Trust that it is safe to be soft. Trust that your worth is not tied to your output. As this warmth continues to spread through your hips, your belly, your chest, it is melting the physical armor we spoke of earlier. It is dissolving the tension of readiness. It is communicating a deep message of safety to your entire being. A message that says, you have done enough. You have given enough. It is now your time to receive. Acknowledging this resistance, this unfamiliarity with receiving, is a crucial step. It is the beginning of a profound shift, one that will allow you to find a more sustainable balance between giving and taking, between doing and simply, beautifully being. As you rest here, feeling the strangeness and the vulnerability of simply receiving, I want to offer you the most profound reassurance. You are not alone in this. This feeling of being a function, this exhaustion from wearing the armor of capability, this quiet loneliness of being unseen. This is not a unique personal failing. It is a deeply human and incredibly common experience. It is often the shadow side of having a very big heart. Think of the most generous, capable, and compassionate people you know. The ones who seem to hold families, friendships, and workplaces together with their quiet strength. The ones you turn to in a crisis because you know they will be steady. Now, imagine for a moment the inner world of those people. It is highly likely that they lie down at night with a similar weariness in their bones. It is highly likely they have moments where they wonder if anyone sees the person behind the pillar of strength they project. This feeling is the quiet companion of the giver, the nurturer, the responsible one. It is a shared secret among the strong. So if you have ever felt a sense of shame or guilt around this feeling, as if it were a sign of weakness or selfishness, let that dissolve right now. This feeling is not evidence that you are failing. It is evidence of how much you have been succeeding at caring for others. We live in a world that praises and rewards this kind of relentless giving. We celebrate the person who goes the extra mile, who sacrifices their own needs for the good of the group, who never complains. And so we learn from a very young age that our value is often tied to our utility. The more helpful we are, the more we are praised. The more problems we solve, the more we are sought after. This conditioning runs deep. It is not your fault that you have learned to equate your worth with your output. It is a pattern woven into the very fabric of our families and our cultures. But a pattern, no matter how deeply ingrained, can be seen. And once it is seen, it can be softened. Let's normalize the exhaustion that comes from this imbalance of care. It is not a sign that you are not resilient enough. It is a logical, physiological, and emotional result of a consistent energy deficit. Imagine your capacity for care is a well. Every time you listen, support, solve, or provide, you are drawing water from that well to nourish others. This is a beautiful, life-giving act. But if the well is not being replenished, if rain is not falling, if underground springs are not feeding it, it will inevitably begin to run dry. The exhaustion you feel is not you being weak. It is the well level becoming dangerously low. It is an intelligent signal from your body and soul, a loving alarm bell that is saying, I need replenishment. I need to receive so that I can continue to give. It is a call for balance, not a cry of defeat. And here is the beautiful paradox at the heart of this entire experience. The source of this pain is also the source of your greatest strength. Your incredible capacity for love, your deep empathy, your innate sense of responsibility. These are your superpowers. These are the qualities that make you such a cherished and essential part of the lives of others. The very heart that feels this loneliness is the same heart that is capable of giving so much love. The very shoulders that ache with the weight of responsibility are the same shoulders that are strong enough for others to lean on. You are not feeling this way because you are lacking something. You are feeling this way because you are abundant in something, the capacity to care. It is like a magnificent ancient tree that has given its shade and its fruit to generations. It is strong, deeply rooted, a landmark of safety. But over time, if the soil is not nourished, if the rains do not come, even the mightiest tree will begin to feel the strain. Its leaves may not be as vibrant. Its branches may feel heavy. The tree is not weak. It is simply in need of the same elements it so freely provides shelter from. You are that tree. Your strength is undeniable. Your generosity is profound. And your need for nourishment is just as valid and just as essential as the nourishment you provide. When we reframe it this way, we move out of self-criticism and into a space of gentle, compassionate self-understanding. The weariness is not a problem to be fixed. It is a message to be heard. It is the loving wisdom of your own system asking for a season of rain, a season of quiet, a season of allowing the soil of your soul to be replenished. You are part of a vast, silent tribe of big-hearted people who have learned to give more easily than they receive. You are walking a path that many others have walked. And by lying here tonight, by choosing to turn your attention inward, by daring to acknowledge the imbalance, you are not just caring for yourself. You are honoring the truth of this deeply human condition. You are breaking a generational cycle of silent, uncomplaining depletion. You are learning a new language, the language of receiving, of self-compassion, of sustainable giving. And that is a courageous and beautiful thing. So let your body sink a little deeper into the mattress, knowing you are held not just by this bed, but by a shared human experience. Let the loneliness soften at the edges, touched by the warmth of this understanding. You are not wrong for feeling this way. You are not broken. You are a giver who is simply, finally, learning to come home to yourself to rest. And all the givers of the world, in the quiet of their own nights, are breathing a sigh of relief with you. And now, resting in this shared understanding, let's move from acknowledging to acting. Not an action of doing, but an action of undoing. An action of release. Here, in the safety and quiet of this space, I want to grant you the most explicit and unconditional permission. Permission to set it all down, just for tonight, just for this journey into sleep. You do not need to carry it any further today. The roles, the responsibilities, the worries, the mental lists, you have permission to let them go. This is not an act of irresponsibility. It is an act of profound wisdom. It is the recognition that the archer cannot hold the bow taut forever. To maintain its strength and accuracy, the bow must be unstrung. Tonight, we are unstringing the bow. We are letting the tension go so that you can be restored for whatever tomorrow may bring. This permission does not need to be earned. You do not need to have completed everything on your list perfectly to deserve this rest. You deserve it simply because you have made it through another day. You are here. You are breathing. That is enough. Let's make this feeling of release as real and as physical as possible. Use your imagination, which is one of the most powerful tools you have for communicating with your body. Let's use the analogy of taking off a heavy coat, a suit of armor that you have been wearing all day. This is the armor we spoke of earlier, the provider, the problem solver, the steady rock. Right now, it feels fused to your skin, so familiar you barely notice it's there. But let's notice it now. Feel its weight across your shoulders. Feel its stiffness around your chest, restricting your breath just a little. Feel its confining nature around your arms and legs, holding you in a posture of readiness. Now, in your mind's eye, begin the process of taking it off. Start with the clasps at your neck. Imagine your fingers finding the heavy, cold metal or leather buckles. One by one, you release them. With each clasp that comes undone, feel a corresponding release in the muscles of your neck and shoulders. A small sigh of relief. A little more space. The cool night air on your skin. Then, shrug your shoulders and feel the heavy garment begin to slide off your back. Feel the immense relief as its weight is no longer yours to bear. Let it slide down your arms and pool on the floor beside your bed with a soft, muffled thud. It is done. It is off. It is no longer a part of you, just for tonight. Take a deeper breath now. Notice how much more room there is in your chest. Feel the freedom of movement in your shoulders and arms. This is the feeling of being unbound. The feeling of being just you, without the protective, but heavy, layers you wear for the world. Lying here, you are no longer defined by your function. You are simply a body, at rest, a being, at peace. Now let's turn to the mental armor, the endless scrolling list of responsibilities, and the immense pressure to have all the answers. This is often the last piece of armor to come off, and the trickiest. The mind loves to believe that if it just keeps thinking, planning, and worrying, it can control the future and keep everyone safe. It's a noble but exhausting strategy. So let's give the mind a gentle and respectful task. Imagine beside your bed a beautiful, sturdy, empty box. It could be a simple wooden chest, a velvet-lined case, or any container that feels safe and secure to you. This box is for your thoughts. One by one, I want you to take each worry, each unsolved problem, each item on tomorrow's to-do list, and mentally place it inside this box. Take the worry about that upcoming deadline and gently place it inside. See it resting on the bottom. Take the concern about a family member's well-being and lovingly set it in the box. It is not being discarded. It is being safely stored for the night. Take the lingering frustration from an unresolved conflict and let it go into the box too. Take the pressure you feel to have the perfect solution for everything and everyone. This is a heavy one. Pick it up, feel its weight, and then release it into the box. Acknowledge that you do not have to have all the answers right now. In fact, the best answers often come after a period of deep rest, when the mind is clear and refreshed. So placing this pressure in the box is the wisest thing you can do. Continue this process with anything else that is occupying your mind. A financial concern, a logistical challenge, a quiet fear about the future. Each one named, acknowledged, and then gently placed into the safekeeping of the box. Once you feel the box is holding everything it needs to for tonight, imagine placing the lid on top. It fits perfectly. Hear the satisfying click as you fasten the latch. The contents are secure. They are not lost. They will be there for you in the morning, if you choose to pick them up again. But for tonight, they are not your concern. Your only concern is the sensation of your breathing, the feeling of the blankets on your skin, the quiet in the room. By setting these things down, you are not admitting defeat. You are claiming your power. You are demonstrating the profound strength it takes to intentionally choose rest over worry. You are trusting in the restorative power of stillness. You are trusting that you are more than your problems and more than your ability to solve them. You are a whole being, and that being requires periods of deep, unburdened peace to thrive. So rest now in this new lightness. Rest in the space you have created, free from the weight of your armor and the clutter of your concerns. You have been given permission, and more importantly, you have given it to yourself. Now that the armor is off and the mental burdens have been set aside, the space that remains can feel vast and quiet. And into this quiet, other things may begin to surface. Feelings. The ones that were pushed aside during the busy day because they were inconvenient, unproductive, or simply too difficult to feel while you were trying to be strong for everyone else. Now, in this sanctuary of night, we can create a safe space to finally allow them to be felt. Not to be fixed, not to be judged, but simply to be witnessed. These are the unspoken feelings. Let's start with frustration. Perhaps it's a quiet, simmering frustration at the recurring imbalance in a relationship, the feeling of always being the one to give more. Or maybe it's frustration with yourself for not setting a boundary you know you needed. During the day, this frustration is often swallowed, converted into more productive energy. But underneath, it remains. Right now, you don't have to do anything with it. Just allow the pure physical sensation of frustration to be present in your body, if it is there. Where do you feel it? Is it a tightness in your chest? A heat in your stomach? A buzzing in your hands? Just notice it, without labeling it as bad or wrong. It is simply energy. It is information. It is a part of your truth. Then there is sadness, not a dramatic, overwhelming sadness, perhaps, but the gentle, persistent ache of loneliness we spoke of earlier. The sadness of feeling unseen, the quiet grief for the parts of yourself that have been neglected while you were busy tending to others. This sadness can feel very vulnerable, and our instinct is often to push it away, to distract ourselves. But tonight, let's invite it to have a seat. Let it be here with you, in this warm, safe space. You are strong enough to feel this. It will not break you. In fact, allowing it to be felt is what prevents it from hardening into something heavier, like bitterness or resentment. Feeling the sadness is the beginning of healing it. It is like allowing a wound to finally be exposed to the clean, healing air. And what about resentment? This is often the most difficult emotion to admit to ourselves, especially for those with big hearts. It feels ugly, ungrateful. We tell ourselves we shouldn't feel it. I love these people, we say. I shouldn't feel resentful for helping them. But resentment is a natural human response to a prolonged imbalance of energy. It is not a sign that you are a bad person. It is a sign that your boundaries have been crossed, perhaps by others, but just as often by yourself. It is a signal fire from your soul, telling you that a need is not being met. Tonight, you have permission to acknowledge any flicker of resentment that may be there. You don't have to act on it. You don't have to confess it to anyone. You just have to allow yourself the honesty of feeling it, right here, in the privacy of your own heart. Acknowledging it robs it of its secret power. It brings it out of the shadows and into the light of your own compassionate awareness. To help us hold these powerful emotions without being overwhelmed, let's use the image of a gentle, steadily flowing river. Imagine you are sitting comfortably on the bank of this river at twilight. The water is clear and calm, moving at a slow, unhurried pace. This river represents the stream of your awareness. Now, imagine each feeling, the frustration, the sadness, the resentment, as a leaf of a different color. A red leaf for frustration, a blue leaf for sadness, a dark gray leaf for resentment. One by one, take each feeling and gently place it onto the surface of the water. Do not throw it. Do not push it under. Simply release it. Watch as the red leaf of frustration is picked up by the current. It doesn't struggle. It doesn't fight. It simply floats. It tumbles and turns. And slowly, it begins to drift downstream, carried away by the natural flow of the river. You are not getting rid of it. You are simply allowing it to move. You are letting it flow through you and out of you without getting stuck. Now, place the blue leaf of sadness onto the water. Watch it too. It may float more slowly, linger in an eddy for a moment. That's okay. The river is patient. Eventually, the gentle, persistent current will guide it on its way. You are watching it with kindness, with compassion, allowing it its own journey. Finally, take the gray leaf of resentment. This one might feel heavy, like it wants to sink. That's all right. Just place it on the water and trust the river. The current is stronger than you think. It gets underneath the leaf and buoys it up, carrying it along with the others. You remain on the riverbank, safe, grounded, and whole. The feelings are not you. They are experiences passing through you, just like clouds passing through the vast open sky. The sky does not become the cloud. It simply provides the space for the cloud to exist and to move on. You are the sky. These feelings are the weather. By using this imagery, We are practicing the art of non-attachment. We are learning to feel our feelings fully without becoming them. There is an immense courage in this. It is far easier to numb ourselves or distract ourselves than it is to sit on the riverbank and watch our feelings float by. It takes strength to stay present with discomfort. It takes a deep trust in yourself to know that you can handle the full spectrum of your emotional experience. So, for these next few moments, just sit by your river. If any other feelings surface, disappointment, anger, even joy or relief, give them a color, turn them into a leaf, and place them on the water. Let the river do its work. Your only job is to watch, to breathe, and to remain on the bank. This is a profound act of emotional hygiene. You are cleansing your inner world, making space for a deeper peace to settle in. You are honoring the truth of your experience, all of it, and in doing so, you are becoming more whole. You are validating yourself in a way that no one else can. And that is a powerful, healing gift to give yourself as you prepare for sleep. Now that the river has carried away the intensity of those unspoken feelings, leaving behind a cleaner, clearer space within you, let's take a journey. We are going to move from the outer world of roles and responsibilities, and even from the flowing river of emotions, to a place that is even deeper, quieter, and more fundamentally yours. We are going to visit a safe inner sanctuary, a room inside of you that belongs only to you. This is not a place you have to build. It is a place you simply have to discover. It has always been there, waiting patiently for you to visit. This room is a metaphor, of course, but it is a powerful one. It represents a state of consciousness, a core part of your being that is untouchable by the demands and opinions of the outside world. It is the seat of your true self, the part of you that exists beneath all the layers of function and personality. It is your inherent sanctuary of peace. To get there, we first have to find the door. In your imagination, picture yourself standing in a quiet, softly lit corridor within your own mind. This corridor represents the threshold between your everyday consciousness and this deeper place of being. Ahead of you, you see a single door. This is the door to your inner room. Take a moment to really see this door. What does it look like? Is it old and made of heavy dark wood, like the door to an ancient library, suggesting wisdom and history? Or is it simple and modern, made of smooth, light-colored wood, suggesting clarity and simplicity? Perhaps it's a sliding screen door, made of rice paper, hinting at tranquility and translucence. Or maybe it's a brightly painted door, the color of your own choosing, a color that represents joy or creativity. There is no right or wrong answer. The door that appears in your mind is the right door for you, right now. Notice its details. What kind of handle does it have? Is it a cool, smooth brass knob, a rustic iron latch, or perhaps no handle at all, opening only to a gentle push? Feel the texture of the door beneath your fingertips. Is it rough-hewn wood, smooth polished metal, or cool painted gloss? The more sensory detail you can imagine, the more real this space will become for you. This door has a unique quality. It only opens for you. No one else has a key. No one else can enter unless you explicitly and consciously invite them. And right now, this space is for you alone. It is a place where you are completely, utterly safe from intrusion. No expectations can get in. No demands can slip under the door. No criticisms can seep through the walls. This is your sovereign territory. Now, Reach out and touch the handle. Feel its temperature, its texture, its solid reality in your imagined hand. There is no lock because you are the only one who can open it. Take a gentle breath in, and as you exhale, turn the handle or give the door a gentle push. Feel the slight resistance, and then the easy swing as it opens inward, revealing the space beyond. Before you step inside, pause on the threshold. Notice the shift in the atmosphere. The air coming from within the room feels different from the air in the corridor. Perhaps it is warmer or cooler. Perhaps it carries a faint, comforting scent. The smell of old books, or fresh rain, or beeswax candles, or a subtle fragrance that you can't quite name, but that feels like home. This shift in the atmosphere is the feeling of moving from a state of doing to a state of being. It is the profound sense of peace that comes from knowing you are about to enter a space where you are the only priority. This feeling, this knowledge, is the true magic of this room. The simple fact that a place like this exists within you can be a source of incredible strength and comfort in your waking life. Knowing that you can always retreat here, even for just a few seconds in the middle of a stressful day, can change everything. It is your portable sanctuary, your internal refuge. It is the place where you can go to hear your own thoughts, to feel your own feelings, and to reconnect with your own deepest truth, far from the noise of the world. Now, with a sense of gentle reverence, take a step across the threshold and into your inner room. Let the door swing softly shut behind you. You don't need to lock it. It seals itself with your intention to be alone and at peace. You are inside. You are safe. You are home. Take a moment to just stand here, allowing your senses to adjust. The quality of the light, the temperature of the air, the sounds, or the profound silence. This is a space designed by your soul, for your soul. Everything here is for your comfort, your peace, your restoration. The very act of finding this door and stepping through it is a declaration of self-worth. It is a statement that says, I am more than what I do for others. I have an inner life that is sacred and deserving of its own protected space. Just being here, you are already beginning to recharge your deepest energy reserves. You are connecting with a part of yourself that is whole, complete, and needs nothing from anyone. This is the foundation upon which true, sustainable strength is built. Not the brittle strength of armor, but the resilient, flexible strength that comes from being deeply rooted in your own being. And from this place, we can begin to explore what it truly feels like to be valued, not for your usefulness, but simply for your existence. As you stand just inside the doorway of your inner room, having gently closed the door to the outside world, allow your senses to fully awaken to this space. This is a sanctuary crafted by the deepest part of you, perfectly attuned to your needs for comfort and peace. Let's take some time to simply be here, to explore the atmosphere, and to soak in the profound feeling of a space where there are absolutely no expectations of you. First, notice the light. What is the quality of the light in your room? It might be the soft, warm glow of a fireplace, with gentle flames dancing and casting comforting shadows. Or perhaps it's the cool, silvery light of the moon, streaming in through a large window, illuminating the space with a tranquil, ethereal glow. Maybe the room is filled with the gentle, ambient light of many candles, each flame a small beacon of peace. It could even be a magical light that emanates from the walls themselves, a soft, breathable luminescence that is the color of serenity. Whatever the light is, notice how it feels on your skin. It is not harsh or demanding. It is a light that soothes, a light that holds you without judgment. It reveals, but it does not expose. It allows you to feel seen, but in the gentlest way possible. Now, bring your awareness to the temperature. The air in this room is the perfect temperature for you right now. It might be a cozy warmth that seems to seep into your bones, melting away any residual chill from the day. Or it could be a refreshing coolness that clears your mind and calms your nervous system. Feel this air on your face, on your hands. Breathe it in. It feels clean, pure, and nourishing, as if you are inhaling pure peace and exhaling the very last remnants of stress. The atmosphere itself is a form of care, tailored precisely to what you need in this very moment. And notice the sounds, or the lack thereof. Perhaps your room is filled with a profound, velvety silence. A silence that is not empty, but full of peace, full of presence. This is a silence that rests the ears and the soul, a welcome respite from the noise and chatter of the world. Or maybe there are gentle sounds here. The soft crackle of the fire, the distant rhythmic sound of ocean waves, the gentle rustle of leaves from a tree just outside the window. Or perhaps a soft, ambient music that seems to have no source, but simply is. Whatever you hear, these sounds are part of the room's embrace. They are the soundtrack to your serenity, designed to deepen your relaxation, not to distract you from it. In this space, there is nothing to do. This is perhaps the most radical and restorative quality of the room. Look around. There are no piles of laundry to be folded. There are no bills to be paid. There are no meals to be cooked. There is no phone ringing with a request. There is no one here looking to you for a solution, an answer, or a decision. The very air is free from the vibration of need. For the first time all day, possibly all week, you are in a space where you are not required to perform a function. The only function of this room is to hold you. Your only function in this room is to be. That's it. To simply exist. Let that sink in. Feel the truth of it in your body. Notice what happens in your shoulders, your jaw, your stomach, as you absorb this radical idea. You might feel a profound wave of relief wash over you, a deep, full-body exhale you didn't even know you were waiting to release. This is the feeling of the nervous system finally, truly standing down from high alert. It is the feeling of the inner guard finally leaving their post, knowing that the sanctuary is secure. In this space, you are valued not for what you can do, but simply because you exist. Your worth here is not measured by your productivity, your helpfulness, or your strength. Your worth is inherent. It is the simple, profound, unchangeable fact of your own being. Imagine finding the most comfortable spot in this room. It might be a deep, soft armchair by the fire. It could be a pile of plush cushions on the floor. It might be a window seat with a view of a starry sky or a tranquil garden. Or it could be a hammock, gently swaying. Whatever it is, go to it. Settle into it. Feel yourself being completely and perfectly supported. The chair doesn't care how much you got done today. The cushions don't judge you for the things you said or didn't say. The floor beneath you is utterly indifferent to your successes or failures. They all offer the same thing: unconditional support. Here, you can be messy. You can be tired. You can be uncertain. You can be quiet. You can be absolutely nothing to anyone, and you are still completely and totally welcome. You are still enough. This is a radical repatterning of your sense of self-worth. In the outside world, our value so often feels conditional. We are loved because we are a good partner. We are valued because we are a competent employee. We are appreciated because we are a supportive friend. But here, in this inner room, you get to experience your unconditional value. You are valued because you are you. Period. Full stop. The breath that moves in and out of your body is enough. The beat of your heart is enough. Your simple presence is enough. Let yourself soak in this feeling. It is the ultimate nourishment for a soul that is weary of striving. It is the water for the well that has run dry. It is the deep, restorative peace that comes from finally, truly, coming home to the unshakable truth of your own intrinsic worth. As you rest deeply in this comfortable spot within your sanctuary, held by an atmosphere of unconditional acceptance, let's bring our awareness to something even more personal and profound. In this room, it's not just your existence that is honored. It is the entire landscape of your inner world. Your unspoken feelings, your secret desires, your unexpressed limits, all the things that often get paved over in the rush of attending to others, have a place of honor here. They are not only welcome, they are the room's most cherished guests. Imagine that within this room, there is a special place designated just for them. It could be a beautiful, empty journal lying open on a small table, its pages ready to receive your truths without judgment. It might be a large, soft cushion on the floor where these feelings can rest and be seen. Or perhaps it is a simple, elegant wooden box into which you can place written notes describing your inner state, knowing they will be kept safe and respected. Choose whichever image feels most comforting and right for you. This is the altar to your inner truth. It is a physical representation of the idea that your internal experience matters deeply. Now, let's gently invite some of those unspoken things to come forward. Let's start with your limits, your boundaries. Think of a moment from the past day or week where you felt yourself stretching too thin, saying yes when your body and soul were screaming no. In the outside world, you may have pushed past that feeling, telling yourself it was necessary, that you had no choice. But here, that inner no is a sacred and important voice. Imagine writing the words, "I have reached my limit," on a slip of paper and placing it gently in the special box, or seeing the words appear on the page of the journal. As you do this, feel the rightness of it. In this room, that limit is not seen as a weakness or a failure. It is seen as a sign of profound self-awareness and self-respect. It is honored as a vital piece of information about how to care for you. There is no need to defend it or apologize for it. Here, your no is as valid and as honored as your yes. Next, let's invite your unspoken feelings. That flicker of annoyance when you were interrupted. That pang of disappointment when your efforts went unnoticed. That wave of exhaustion you felt at 3 p.m. but had to ignore. In the busyness of life, these feelings are often deemed too small or too inconvenient to acknowledge. We edit them out of our own narrative. But here, they are essential parts of your story. One by one, allow them to be present. Picture each one as a smooth, colored stone. The gray stone of weariness, the sharp, red stone of irritation, the cool, blue stone of sadness. Gently, and with a sense of reverence, place each of these stones on the cushion or in the box. As you release them, you are not getting rid of them. You are giving them a place of honor. You are saying, "You matter. Your existence is valid. I see you." The relief that comes from this is immense. It is the deep, soul-level relief of no longer having to pretend. You don't have to pretend you have endless energy. You don't have to pretend you are never hurt or disappointed. You don't have to pretend you don't have needs of your own. In this room, you can be completely, transparently, humanly you. This act of internal validation is incredibly powerful. So much of the exhaustion we feel comes not just from the doing, but from the emotional labor of hiding our true inner state. It takes a huge amount of energy to maintain the facade of being fine, of being capable, of being perpetually okay. When you are in this room, that energy is freed up because no facade is necessary. Now, let's turn to your desires. Not the grand, life-changing ambitions, but the small, quiet, secret desires of your heart. The desire for 1 hour of uninterrupted silence. The desire to read a book for pure pleasure. The desire for a conversation that is not about problems or logistics, but about dreams and ideas. The desire to be held without having to be the strong one. These small, tender longings are often the first things to be sacrificed on the altar of responsibility. We dismiss them as selfish or frivolous, but here they are recognized as the language of your soul. They are the whispers of what you need to feel alive, to feel whole. Imagine each of these desires as a delicate, tightly closed flower bud. As you bring each one to mind, you place it in this sacred space. And in the gentle, accepting atmosphere of the room, you see it begin to slowly unfurl its petals. The desire for silence unfurls into a beautiful white blossom. The desire for a real conversation blooms into a vibrant, colorful flower. Witnessing this, you affirm their beauty and their validity. You acknowledge that your desires are not selfish whims. They are essential nutrients for your well-being. Even if you cannot act on them in the outside world right now, simply honoring them here is a profound act of self-love. It keeps them alive. It reminds you that the person with these longings is still in there. Being in a space where you don't have to explain or justify your own inner world is the ultimate form of rest. You don't have to build a logical case for why you are tired. You don't have to rationalize why a small comment hurt your feelings. You don't have to defend your need for solitude. Your inner experience is the absolute, unquestioned truth. It is the primary reality. This is the opposite of how it often feels in the outside world, where we are constantly asked to subordinate our inner reality to the needs and demands of others. By spending time in this room, you are recalibrating your entire being. You are reminding yourself that your inner world is the source, the foundation from which everything else flows, and that to neglect it is to neglect the very wellspring of your life. So rest here, surrounded by the honored truth of your limits, your feelings, and your desires. Let them be seen. Let them be held. Let them just be. You are safe. You are understood. And you are deeply, deeply known. Resting here in your inner sanctuary, surrounded by the honored truth of your own feelings and needs, a beautiful thing begins to happen. The layers begin to fall away. The roles you play, the functions you perform, the provider, the fixer, the rock, all of these identities, which can feel so solid and all-encompassing in the daylight world, become soft and translucent here. And through them, you begin to catch a glimpse of the person who has been there all along, beneath it all. This is the part of the journey where we gently reconnect with the self that exists independent of its usefulness to others. Who is this person? This person has qualities and interests that have nothing to do with solving problems or meeting needs. This person has a unique sense of humor. Think about the things that make you laugh, genuinely and freely, when no one else is around. A silly memory, a clever line in a book, the absurd antics of a pet. That spark of amusement, that specific flavor of joy, that is a part of you. It is not a function. It is an expression of your unique spirit. Let the feeling of that humor, that lightness, fill the room for a moment. It is an essential part of your being. This person also has quiet passions, curiosities that may have been dormant for a long time. Perhaps it's a love for a certain kind of music that you rarely have time to listen to anymore. Maybe it's a fascination with a topic, history, or astronomy, or gardening, that you only read about in fleeting moments. It could be the simple, creative pleasure of doodling, or cooking a meal just for yourself, or walking in nature without a destination. These are not tasks on a to-do list. They are activities that nourish your soul for no other reason than the joy of the experience itself. They are clues to the person who lives beneath the roles. In the safety of this room, let one of these quiet passions come to mind. Feel the gentle pull of it, the quiet enthusiasm it ignites in you. This enthusiasm is your life force, your pure, unfunctional energy. It is a vital part of who you are. To help strengthen this connection, let's travel back in time for a moment. Gently scan through your memories and allow one to surface. A time when you felt truly, completely seen and cherished for just being you. Not for something you achieved, not for something you gave, but simply for your presence. This might be a memory from childhood, a moment with a grandparent who looked at you with pure, unconditional love. It could be a memory with a dear friend, laughing so hard you couldn't breathe, sharing a moment of perfect, unspoken understanding. It might be a time with a partner, early in the relationship, when the simple fact of your existence felt like a miracle to them. Or it could be a moment you had all to yourself, perhaps sitting by the ocean or on a mountaintop, where you felt a profound connection to the world and to your own place in it, a sense of rightness in just being. Don't force a memory. Just let one drift into your awareness. When it arrives, step into it. Don't just watch it like a movie. Feel it. What were the sensations? The warmth of the sun, the feeling of a hand in yours, the smell of the air? What were the emotions? The safety, the joy, the profound sense of belonging. Let that feeling fill your body, right here, right now, as you rest in your inner room. This feeling is your birthright. It is the truth of who you are. You are a person who is inherently worthy of being cherished, simply for being. This memory is not just a relic of the past. It is a key. It unlocks the felt sense of your own unconditional worth, a feeling that can get buried under the mountain of daily responsibilities. This inherent worth is the bedrock of your being. It is constant. It is unconditional. It does not increase when you are being productive and helpful, and it does not decrease when you are tired and need to rest. It is like the deep, silent ocean beneath the crashing waves of daily life. The waves are the roles, the tasks, the ups and downs. The ocean is you. Your worth is the vast, unchanging volume of the water itself. It simply is. The world, with its focus on function and utility, is constantly trying to convince us that we are only the waves, that our value lies in our motion, our impact, our impressive crests. But in this room, you remember that you are the ocean. Your depths are where your true power and peace reside. Tapping into this feeling is the ultimate act of self-reclamation. It is you taking back the authority to define your own value. You are no longer outsourcing that job to others, to their praise, to their approval, or to their needs. You are finding that source of validation within yourself. It is a quiet, steady, inner knowing, a flame that cannot be extinguished by external circumstances. It is the voice inside that whispers, "You are enough, right now, as you are. Tired, imperfect, quiet, you are enough." Let this be the central truth that you rest in tonight. You are not the sum of your accomplishments. You are not the sum of the help you've given. You are not the list of your responsibilities. You are the person underneath, the one with a unique laugh, the quiet passions, the deep and unwavering inherent worth. And reconnecting with this person, even for just these few moments before sleep, is the most restorative act of all. It is coming home. Now, as you rest in the deep knowing of your own inherent worth, let's not leave this feeling behind in the conceptual space of the inner room. Let's bring it home, right into the cells of your physical body. Wisdom that remains only in the mind can be fleeting, but wisdom that is felt in the body becomes a part of us. This is the process of integration, of weaving this profound truth of your value into your very tissues, so that it becomes not just an idea you hold, but a reality you inhabit. Let's begin with the feeling itself. Call back that sensation from the memory we just visited, the feeling of being completely cherished and seen for who you are. Or, if you prefer, tap into the quiet, powerful feeling of being the vast, deep ocean beneath the waves. Let this feeling gather in the center of your chest, in your heart space. Imagine it as a warm, gently glowing light. It might be golden, or a soft white, or a gentle emerald green. Choose the color that feels most like pure, unconditional love to you. For a few moments, just breathe with this light. As you inhale, imagine the light becoming a little brighter, a little warmer. As you exhale, feel it pulsing softly, steadily. This is the light of your own intrinsic value, ignited and glowing brightly in your core. Now, we will guide this warmth, this light, on a conscious journey through your body, especially to the places that have been holding the armor of your roles. Let's start with your shoulders. These shoulders that have carried so much weight, that have been braced for the next responsibility. Gently guide this warm, golden light from your heart up and across your collarbones, and let it begin to pour down into your shoulder muscles. Imagine this light is like warm, liquid honey, thick and soothing. Feel it seeping deep into the muscle fibers, melting away the last remnants of tension, the knots of stored responsibility. This light is carrying a message for your shoulders. It is saying, you do not have to carry the world. You are allowed to be soft. Your worth is not in what you carry, but in what you are. Let your shoulders receive this message and release a little more, sinking even deeper into the support beneath you. From your shoulders, let this warm, healing light flow down your arms, into your elbows, your forearms, and all the way to your hands and fingertips. Think of all the doing these hands have performed: the typing, the fixing, the holding, the comforting. They have been the agents of your usefulness. Now, let them be filled with the light of pure being. Feel the warmth pooling in your palms. Imagine this light dissolving the subtle tension that comes from always being ready to grasp, to act, to solve. The message for your hands is simple. You are allowed to be empty. You are allowed to be still. You are worthy even when you are doing nothing at all. Feel your fingers soften and uncurl as they absorb this truth. Now, guide the light back to your center and let it flow upward into your neck and your jaw. The jaw that has been held tight, biting back words, maintaining a calm expression. Let the liquid gold of this light bathe the tiny, overworked muscles around your mouth and temples. Feel them soften. Feel your teeth part slightly. The message for your jaw is one of release. You do not have to hold it all in. Your truth is welcome here. It is safe to relax. As your jaw lets go, you may feel a sense of release that travels all the way up into your scalp and behind your eyes. This is the feeling of letting go of the need to control the narrative, to manage perceptions. It is a profound surrender. Let the warmth now spread downward from your heart into your belly and your lower back. This is often the center of our intuitive knowing, but it can also be a place where we store anxiety and the low-level hum of vigilance. Let the light fill your entire abdominal cavity, a warm, reassuring presence. Imagine it calming your digestive system, soothing your adrenal glands, sending a powerful signal of safety and peace to your entire nervous system. The message for your core is one of trust. All is well. You are safe. You can stand down from your post. You are being held. Feel the knot of readiness in your solar plexus gently unwind, replaced by a soft, warm sense of ease. Finally, allow this light to flow all the way down through your hips, your legs, your knees, and into your feet. Your legs and feet, which carry you through your day, which stand ready to move, to run errands, to stand your ground. Let them be filled with this light of unconditional worth. The message for your legs and feet is about grounding. You are worthy of standing on this earth. You are worthy of taking up space. You do not have to be running towards the next task to be valuable. Your simple, grounded presence is enough. Feel the last bit of tension drain out through the soles of your feet, leaving your entire body heavy, warm, and glowing with this gentle, powerful light. Your entire body is now humming with a new truth. It is a felt truth, a cellular knowing. This truth, your inherent value, is always with you. It is your factory setting, your original state. The world and its demands can sometimes make you forget, can layer over it with the armor of doing. But it is never, ever lost. It is always right there in your heart, waiting for you to turn your attention toward it. Even when the world forgets to see you, even when you get caught up in your roles and forget to see yourself, this light remains. And now, you have given your body a direct experience of it. You have woven it into your being. And as you drift towards sleep, this integrated sense of worthiness will be the foundation upon which your rest is built. A deep, secure, and profoundly deserved rest. As your body rests now, saturated with the warm, glowing light of your own inherent worth, let's turn our attention to one final, powerful realization. Let's honor the source of the beautiful, powerful energy that you so generously give to the world. Within you, there is a deep, artesian well of compassion. This is the wellspring from which you draw the patience to listen, the strength to support, and the wisdom to guide. It is the source of your greatest gifts to others. For so long, the pipes from this well have been directed outward. A constant, flowing stream of care has been channeled to your family, your friends, your work, your community. This is a beautiful, noble thing. But in the process, the ground right around the well itself may have become dry. You, the guardian of this incredible resource, have been so focused on irrigating the world around you that you have forgotten to water the very soil you stand on. Tonight, we are going to change the flow. We are going to perform the simplest yet most profound act of self-preservation and self-love. We are going to turn that same powerful, gentle compassion inward, offering it to yourself without any reservation. Think about how you are with someone you love when they are struggling. Imagine a dear friend comes to you, exhausted and overwhelmed, feeling like they are failing. What is your instinctive response? You don't judge them. You don't tell them to just try harder. You soften. Your voice gets gentler. You might offer them a comfortable place to sit, a warm drink. You listen. You listen not just to their words, but to the feelings behind the words. You offer reassurance. You say things like, "Of course you're tired. Look at all you've been handling." You validate their experience. You might say, "It makes perfect sense that you feel this way." You offer them your unconditional presence, your unwavering support. You see their strength even when they can only see their weariness. That is the quality of your compassion. It is potent, healing, and deeply intuitive. Now, can you offer that same exquisite quality of care to yourself? Right here, right now? Can you become your own dearest friend? Let's try. In your mind, use that same gentle, loving voice you would use for someone else and speak to the part of you that is tired. Speak to the part of you that feels unseen and underappreciated. Say to yourself, "Of course you are tired. Look at everything you have been holding. It is so much." Feel the truth and the kindness in those words. Let them land in your heart, not as a hollow affirmation, but as a deep, resonant truth. Acknowledge your own efforts. Say to yourself, "You have been trying so hard for so long to keep everything and everyone together. You have done so much." Allow yourself to feel the validation you so easily give to others. Acknowledge the pain of feeling like a function. Say to yourself, "It makes perfect sense that you feel lonely sometimes. It is hard to feel unseen when you are giving so much." By doing this, you are not indulging in self-pity. You are practicing radical self-compassion. You are providing for yourself the very emotional nourishment you have been longing for from the outside world. And in doing so, you begin to realize a profound truth. You are not actually dependent on others to receive this. The most potent source of this compassion has been within you all along. This is not about letting others off the hook or deciding you don't need care from them. It is about becoming the primary, most reliable source of your own emotional well-being. It is about realizing that you are the most important guardian of your own well-being. No one else knows the intricate details of your daily struggles. No one else can feel the precise weight of the burdens you carry. No one else knows the depth of your exhaustion. You are the ultimate authority on your own experience. Therefore, you are in the perfect position to offer yourself the most precise, attuned, and effective compassion. You are the one who knows exactly what you need to hear. You are the one who can give yourself permission to rest without guilt. You are the one who can look at your own imperfections and struggles and offer grace instead of judgment. Let this realization sink in. It is a fundamental shift in perspective. It moves you from a place of passive waiting, waiting to be seen, waiting to be appreciated, waiting to be given permission to rest, to a place of active, empowered self-care. You are no longer a victim of circumstance, hoping for scraps of validation from a busy world. You are the sovereign ruler of your own inner kingdom, capable of generating an infinite supply of the warmth, acceptance, and compassion you need. The well of compassion within you is not finite. In fact, a strange and magical thing happens when you begin to draw from it for yourself. It deepens. The more compassion you give to yourself, the more you have to give to others, but from a place of fullness, not depletion. Giving to yourself first is not selfish. It is the most sustainable and generous thing you can do. It ensures that the well never runs dry. So, as you lie here on the edge of sleep, let this be your final intention: to become the guardian you have always been looking for, to treat yourself with the same tenderness and respect you offer to the people you love most. Let the gift of your own care be the softest blanket that covers you tonight. Let the sound of your own compassionate inner voice be the lullaby that guides you into sleep. There is no greater safety, no warmer space than the one you create for yourself when you finally decide that you are just as worthy of your own incredible care as anyone else. You are home. You are safe. You are in the best of hands, your own. And so, you are here, resting in the very heart of your own care. The armor is on the floor. The mental burdens are safely stored away. The river of emotion has flowed through, leaving you clean and clear. You have walked through the door to your inner room and remembered the truth of who you are beneath the rolls. You have woven that truth into your body and turned the powerful flow of your own compassion inward. There is nothing left to do. The journey for tonight is complete. Now is the time for pure, deep rest within the sanctuary you have reclaimed. Let your awareness return to that safe inner room. You are settled in your most comfortable spot: the soft armchair, the pile of cushions, the warm bed within the room. Everything here is exactly as it should be. The light is soft and dimming now, like twilight deepening into night. The gentle sounds are fading into a profound, peaceful silence. The very air seems to be growing heavier, thicker with the promise of sleep. You can feel your body, heavy and deeply relaxed, sinking into the support beneath you. A wonderful sense of security envelops you, a feeling of being completely safe and protected. Now, in your mind's eye, gently turn your attention back to the door of your inner room, the one you came through earlier. See it standing there, solid and peaceful. You are going to gently close this door for the night, not to lock yourself in, but to lovingly seal this space from the outside world. This is a conscious, intentional act of separation. It is a declaration that for the next several hours, this inner world is the only one that matters. As you focus on the door, imagine it swinging slowly, silently shut. It moves without effort, as if guided by your very intention. Watch as the latch clicks softly into place. It is not a harsh, loud sound, but a quiet, satisfying sound of finality, the sound of a boundary being beautifully and firmly set. With this door now closed, you have consciously disconnected from all the demands and expectations of the outside world. They cannot reach you here. The endless list of to-dos is on the other side of that door. The needs of others, their questions, their problems, they are all waiting patiently and quietly on the other side. They are not your concern for the duration of the night. Your phone is not ringing in here. Your email is not pinging. The complex dynamics of your relationships are paused. The future, with all its uncertainties and possibilities, is on hold. The past, with its regrets and its triumphs, has faded away. All that exists is this present moment, in this peaceful room, on the very edge of sleep. Feel the profound peace that this separation brings. It is a liberation. Your nervous system can finally, completely stand down. There is nothing to be vigilant for. There is no problem to anticipate. There is no one to take care of. The only presence here is you, and your only task is to surrender to the deep, restorative currents of sleep. Your body understands this signal. As the door closes, it knows that its work is done. It can now turn all of its incredible intelligence and energy inward, toward its own healing, its own repair, its own rejuvenation. This is the sacred work that happens in the darkness and the quiet of deep sleep, and you have just created the perfect conditions for it to unfold. Notice the sensations in your body now. Feel the weight of your limbs, a pleasant, heavy, leaden feeling. It is the feeling of deep physical release. Your arms and legs feel anchored to the bed, too heavy to even consider moving. This is a good feeling. It is the feeling of surrender. Notice the warmth that is spreading through your entire body, a gentle, comforting heat that seems to emanate from your very core. This is the warmth of deep relaxation, of blood flowing freely to every cell, bringing nourishment and healing. Your breathing has become slow, deep, and exquisitely regular. A quiet, steady rhythm, like the gentle tide on a calm sea. In and out. Each breath is an invitation, drawing you deeper and deeper into tranquility. Each exhale is a release, letting go a little more, and then a little more. You are so wonderfully heavy, so peaceful, so secure in this protected space. The boundaries of your body may even begin to feel a little blurry, as if you are starting to merge with the peaceful stillness around you. This is a sign that the conscious, thinking mind, the part of you that is the doer, the planner, is beginning to dissolve. It is relinquishing its control, allowing the older, wiser, deeper parts of your being to take over. Trust this process. Your body knows how to sleep. It knows how to heal. All you have to do is allow it. You have already done the beautiful work of creating the safety and the permission it needs. Rest now in your sanctuary. You are the sole occupant. You are the cherished guest. You are the one who is being cared for. Let the silence hold you. Let the darkness comfort you. Know that you are completely safe, completely protected, and completely deserving of this profound peace. The world can wait. For tonight, this room is your entire universe, a universe of perfect, unconditional rest. And sleep is here, a gentle presence, waiting to welcome you, to gather you up, and to carry you into the deep, healing quiet of the night. There is nothing left to do now. All conscious thought can begin to release, to dissolve. Allow the mind to drift on the soft waves of relaxation that you have created. The words now are just gentle currents in a vast, quiet ocean, helping to guide you out into the deep, peaceful waters of sleep. If thoughts arise, as they sometimes do, see them not as interruptions, but as distant, fluffy clouds floating across a vast night sky. You do not need to climb onto them or follow them. Just watch them drift by, far away, becoming smaller and smaller until they disappear into the darkness. Your focus is on the feeling of heaviness in your body, the gentle rhythm of your own breath. These are your anchors to this moment of profound peace. You are safe. These words are more than just a phrase. They are a deep truth that your entire being can now accept. You have created a fortress of peace, not with walls of stone, but with boundaries of self-love and intention. You are safe from the demands of the world. You are safe from the voice of your own inner critic. You are safe to be utterly and completely at rest. Let this feeling of safety be the very ground beneath you, the mattress that holds you, the air that surrounds you. It is everywhere. You are breathing it in, and it is becoming a part of you. You are whole. For so long, you may have felt fragmented, a collection of different roles you play for different people. But tonight, you have gathered all the pieces of yourself back home. You have honored the strong parts, the tired parts, the sad parts, the joyful parts. You have welcomed them all into the sanctuary of your being. And in this radical acceptance, you have remembered your own wholeness. You are not a function. You are not a role. You are a complete, intricate, and beautiful human being, worthy of love and rest, exactly as you are. This feeling of wholeness is the deepest form of peace. Sleep is coming now to restore you. Think of sleep not just as a shutting down, but as a wise and gentle healer. It is a sacred time when the body mends, the mind clears, and the soul is nourished. As you drift off, you are handing your being over to this ancient, intelligent process. You can trust it completely. It will sort through the experiences of the day, filing away what is needed and releasing what is not. It will replenish your energy stores, repair your tired muscles, and bring a quiet clarity to your heart. All you have to do is surrender. Let go of the shore. Allow the gentle tide of sleep to carry you. Is it not a wonder, this human heart, that it can hold so much for others, that it can be a vessel of such immense strength and compassion, and yet, at the same time, hold such a quiet, tender need to be seen? What if the ache of being treated as a function is not a sign of weakness, but a homing signal from the soul, calling you back to remember the truth of your own being? What if this deep weariness is not a problem to be solved, but a sacred invitation to a deeper relationship with yourself? An invitation to become your own sanctuary, to be the one who finally, truly sees. Perhaps true strength is not the ability to carry everything without complaint, but the wisdom to know when to set it all down. Perhaps the greatest gift we can give to the people we love is not our endless service, but our own restored and joyful wholeness. These are questions for the quiet of the soul, not for the tired mind to answer now. For now, there is only rest. The questions can wait. The world can wait. Let the rhythm of these words and the silence between them be the final lullaby. Let them be the soft, familiar hand that guides you into the dream world. There is nothing more to do. You are safe. You are whole. Sleep is coming now to restore you. Rest now. Rest deeply. Allow the night to hold you in its dark, quiet, and loving embrace. Sleep now. Deep, peaceful sleep.